Welcome to the apex of sports ownership, the Apex Athletic Collective.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 6, Instigate Success, Building an ABA Franchise. I'm one of your hosts and co-founders, Frosty. You got Spacey with me. Spacey, how you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. I'm doing great.
It's good, man.
Doing great.
Man, it's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks. We did the fan meeting last week in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. Had a lot of questions, real in-depth stuff we were able to talk about offline that we didn't want to broadcast out to the world. So some good stuff there. So we took that week off. We're back this week. This is the last day of June. Tomorrow is July. And we start playing in November. Feeling the time crunch, or is it just me?
Feeling the time crunch, but in a positive manner. You know what I mean? It's coming up, man. I'm just getting more excited about it every day. So
for real.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way. Although, I'd like some stuff to start rolling. I think it will in the next couple of days. And so I'm excited about that. We're real close. First thing I want to talk about tonight, just to give folks an update, it's the number one thing on everyone's mind. Where are we on the gym? Where are we at finding a home? We called this episode The Journey Home because we are very much in the last stretch of the journey home. So just give folks an update if you're not in the Discord or if you've been absent for the last few days. What was it? 2 days ago, basically, I posted in there that I was taking questions at a meeting from a gym that we submitted a proposal to. So they finally got to meet their board. Had some really good conversation with them. So we're on the next step with them. So we got a yes and a no, which is like good, right? The yes was yes, we want the instigators here, right? Like they were excited about it. They want the team there. They're ready to support the team. And so now it comes down to the easy and the hard part. In some ways, the hard part is getting them to say, yeah, we want this team here from a league that we didn't know existed until last, 2 months ago. But now we're in the other hard part, right? Is trying to figure out where the money aligns, right? And so this morning, so I got a good talk with them Wednesday night. This morning, submitted our second proposal to them, trying to close the money gap a little bit. I think we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna get there real soon. I was getting a little worried. I told you, I called them Wednesday. I actually called them yesterday too. Said, hey, let's talk through this. Didn't hear back from them. Called them again. No, called them. Yeah. And then called them again. So they met, Tuesday. Wednesday, I called them again on Thursday. Hadn't heard back. Emailed the proposal because I wanted to kind of talk through it before I sent it, but they weren't responding. So I emailed the proposal because we're tight on time a little bit here. Emailed the proposal, texted him. I didn't tell you this. I'm just telling you this right now. Texted the director there, and turns out he's like going through some of the same stuff other places around here are going through with really bad weather. Their power's been out the last 2 days, and that's why we hadn't heard from him. So he said he's going to check it tonight. So if I hear something like while we're sitting here, we'll break that news down.
Maybe.
But we're real close. I'm confident in the proposal we gave them is going to get us there. But I was confident in the last proposal, so we'll see, right? But about the arena, the conversations have been had. How excited are you for this place?
Man, come on now. You know how excited I am, man. I'm ready to get there. I'm ready to start playing some ball. I'm ready to get our first win.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way. Get the second, get the third, get the 20th, and go 20-0 that year.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it, honestly. But
yeah,
man, I'm excited. I believe the new proposal is gonna go through. It works out on both ends a lot better than initially planned, especially, so just really looking forward to getting that out the way and just getting focused on the rest of the job. We've been saying it week after week after week. It all lies down on us locking this in, and we've had other opportunities for other venues, but this one's the one that makes the most sense for us. So we're pushing heavy, so just just basically getting ready to lock that in. That's pretty much where we're at.
That's absolutely right, dude. It's gonna be great.
Fingers crossed tonight.
I was surprised. We threw out the challenge with very few hints, right, about where this arena could be, and someone got it in like the third guess.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Why weren't they on the team when we were looking for a place to play initially, man? Could have saved us hours of work.
They probably would be. I'm sure they would have been if we were able to allow it. I'm sure. But it's just nuts, dude. I'm surprised. I didn't even guess it, to be honest. I wasn't sure because you brought it up out of the blue. That wasn't something we all talked about,
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, I guess. I'm getting anxious, but I think it's more ready to make it happen and get this thing rolling.
Yeah.
I ended up dropping my seat down a little bit.
I saw that. I was like, what's this guy doing? Could just see it from like here up for a minute.
Moving my legs.
That's funny. So yeah, hopefully we'll have something soon. We'll post on our Patreon solely if a deal goes through after the show ends. And then after that, press conference, coach signing, announcing tryouts. There is one thing I can announce. That if this arena deal goes through, I think it's kind of interesting. But I want to talk. Actually, I put this ticker together. We put an agenda together. I'm going to go off script because I want to talk about.
That's what we do best here.
A little bit. So a little bit though. Let's talk about updates from the ABA owners meeting. So you posted it in the Discord. The 4 new regions. There were originally. So this is a really interesting structure. There were 8 regions, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
And we were in one of those regions, or set to play in one of those regions. The ABA has announced at the owners meeting there's over 150 teams that are going to be playing this year for the first time ever, which is crazy.
Insane.
So a restructure was needed. The owners voted. We weren't able to go because we're too busy building a franchise for the first time. We'll be there next year, though. So they announced they went to a 4 regions model. You posted the map in Discord. If folks haven't seen it, go check it out. I should have it pulled up here. I showed it on screen, but whatever. Go check out the Discord. But I found out to go along with that there are going to be 3 divisions within our region. And so they're working on placing us in one of those divisions.
I think there might be 4.
There are not. I saw them today.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Damon sent them out today. Right. Damon is the director of our region. There's 3. Red, white, and blue is what they're tentatively called. I don't know if that's official or not.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I don't know if that's official or not. We're still waiting to see because they needed to hear where our arena was because we're kind of on, I would say, the border of all 3 of those a little bit, right? Like we're not too far off from any of them. There's one I really want to get in, and I hope we do. And I suggested it in the email. I think it makes sense geographically, but also like helps us build some really good rivalries and teams that are really nearby. So once we hear more about that, we'll talk about that in subsequent shows. But what I was gonna say that if this arena deal goes through, right? So if it doesn't and we end up falling apart, I don't think we will. But if it does, this doesn't stand. But should we end up playing here in this place we're talking about, all of our home games will be on Sundays. And so one of the things that the league is working on right now, or asking us to work on, we're holding off until we get this arena deal done, is to start getting our schedule together. We're going to play 20 games, 10 home, 10 away. And so that schedule, we're going to be releasing the schedule here in the next month, I would say. But all of our home games will be Sunday afternoons or evenings. That is part of one of the conditions of this arena. I actually think it's a really good deal for us to do it on Sundays.
I've been noticing a pattern, at least just with our community. We have a lot of support that rolls through on the weekends, which kind of makes sense. Work week, and some of our fans are still on the younger end of the side. So I think that'd be perfect for us, either physically or digitally. So we can get both of those things rolling on both ends. So
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty excited on that.
Yeah. So that was kind of the big thing that came out of the ownership meetings. Still doing a lot of talk about the Roku channel. You and I are looking into ways in which we can do something like that, or that depends. But the biggest thing though, the ABA continues to grow, continues to get more support. We're seeing even more like teams announcing. A lot of teams are doing press conferences when their team's created. We're not doing that because we're waiting to get our arena, and we're going to do it then. But the league is growing and shaking, so I feel pretty good about the ABA and its future. What about you?
I love it, man. I say it time and time again. I'll probably say it 20 years down the road. It's our groundbreaker. It is. This is the start of the collective in my eyes, your eyes, I'm sure as well. It's the opportunity for us to jump in head first right now. Instead of building this thing a 2-3 year process just to get to this moment right here. So just can't thank Joe and everybody involved in the ABA enough for just allowing us that opportunity.
Yeah. I thought, one of the things I saw did make me a little jealous, to be honest. I was hoping we'd be like one of the youngest like ownership groups in the league, and we're definitely on the younger side. But they had the owner of the Seattle Transformers present at the ABA ownership meeting. Kids, I shouldn't say kid, he's a grown up, but he's 19 years old, owns an ABA team. Super cool. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Transformers. I think they're going into their second or third season. I think second season, but it's really cool to see. Like, that's one of the things I love about this league, not only just for us, but for everybody, right? Like, Joe was on here last time and talked about how great it is to have the largest group of minority owners in any sports league. And it's just opening doors by the model that they're doing to make it more accessible, and the fact that it's been sustained since 2000, right? We're hitting year 23 of this league is just crazy to me. So shout out to the Transformers. My hope is one day we beat them in the finals. Because I can't wait for them to do it. I wish them all the success for every game they play that's not against us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, which is the highest compliment we can give, honestly.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Anyway, anything else from I think that was, basically everything from the ownership meeting. I don't know. Did you see anything else?
No, it was just basically more networking and everything along those lines. Kind of shaking hands that you can't do over an email. One of those kind of meetings,
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to being able to get out to the next one if possible and everything. But with everything going on our end, just the workload, it was just kind of last in the back of the mind, I should say, I guess.
Yeah.
But definitely got a lot of good information from that we could reveal to at least the founders and everything. So that's some very good news on that end. Most exciting part to me is just the region realignment, and everything along those lines. That's most important to me, at least, I should say. You know what I mean?
This
very moment.
I really like it. When I was a little worried because my hope had been going into it. What we'd heard is that travel is going to be cut down a lot by the new realignment. We hadn't seen it yet until it debuted at the ABA meeting. But I was worried when I just saw the 4 regions until we heard from our regional directors that they're going into, 3 divisions. So ultimately, right, that's going to give us, what is that? 4 times 3 is what? 12. 12, basically what were regions last year instead of 8. So it's going to cut down travel for a lot of teams, which is good, not only for us, both like on the like pluses and minuses side of the bank statement, but also like having teams so close to each other just really inspires like rivalry, which I'm really excited about. We talked about ideas like playing in like for like the Hickory Cup at the Hoosier Gym or something in a year or two, doing something like that to really bolster rivalries. So like,
that's ours already. I'm already burning I want that so bad already.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah.
So
I want it so bad, man.
I know. So the fact that they got it, I think they really nailed it. Really happy to see that. It's going to help a lot of teams also just stay in the league and survive, right? Which is good. So, teams being more teams in the league is good for everybody, and helps get notoriety for the league. So that's good for us. I don't want to like lead into the big news of the day today yet, right? We're going to do that at the end, but I do I was checking out the website today. I told you, just checking it out. I want to talk before we get into like all the new stuff in the website. That's cool. Can you just like run through some of the merch that folks can get right now that's released? Because there's some stuff that wasn't announced that I saw on there, and I was like, wait, I've been waiting for that. Why did no one tell me?
Now you got to keep your eyes open for it.
You do. What's new on the store?
So now we've officially got we got last night, or well, really more like this morning. I went through and finally uploaded we got some snapback hats.
I saw that.
Replace that one and get you a nice one.
Yeah.
We've also got pre-orders for our very first authentic game items. So we're doing pre-orders for game balls right now. That will eventually wrap into game jerseys as well. But, right now we're doing our jersey submissions. So if you haven't submitted yours already, right now would be about the time, because we're only a month away before we wrap all that up as well. Yeah. And we need enough submissions to make a bracket. If anything, just a final four or 1 versus 1 or something. And if I got to, I'll go and I'll put my submission in too. But I've been kind of waiting for the public to get theirs out, so I don't go and take some colorways that they've been working on in their mind.
Yeah. We need to have we put that out on Twitter yet? I don't think we have. It's right now. It's only been on. Trying to keep everybody.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're trying to. Given Discord, like here, that's what we'll do. Discord gets 1 more week.
Okay.
And then we start blowing it up on social media, and anyone can make them. So if you're in Discord, get your jerseys in, man. You got a head start. You know what I'm saying?
All of my alt pages are about to drop so many submissions. But so we got our pre-orders for our official game balls that we'll be using in game during the inaugural season. It's very cool. It's got the ABA logo, the ABA colorway, along with our Instigate
Joe's signature.
Well. Joe's signature. It's got like this special thing to do with it to where when I touch it, every bucket just goes in. It's pretty freaking wild.
Yeah, that's good. The league's gonna love it,
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned this on the last show. I don't believe we even had these launched during the last show, so I'll go ahead and add this in as well. We do have hoodies for everybody that has been mentioning they want some hoodies during the hot summer.
Yeah.
So that keep them warm during the 98-degree weather we're going through right now.
Yeah. It'll be great when the season starts.
Yeah, it would be perfect for that. And they're pretty sick looking. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna grab me some for sure.
Yeah.
I'm staring, raising my eyes are off here because I'm looking at them right now. And then we also did a really cool partnership kind of thing with Play Swoops, and they allowed us just to use their logo all together and do whatever we want with it, free reign as far as our jerseys. So we went ahead and we released the very first game jersey of Frosty McSpacely,
the guy
guard and Play Swoops.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's that last name is just magic, baby.
Yeah, it's the second best. It is the second best part of his name.
Yeah, for sure. But that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
we've got it's damn near identical to the NFT player, which is very cool. So those are all up on the store now. Oh, and man, how could I forget? We've even got our Pride shirt. That doesn't just last. Here we believe.
Hey, question: is this one on the store yet?
Not at all.
Boom! One of one.
But no, you're about two because we do have a secret. So, with our big Patreon giveaway we did a few episodes ago for the $30.
Yeah.
I went ahead and I reached out. It was Jack that won it. I reached out to Jack and I let him know. I was like, hey man, we've got a pretty sick design that just hasn't been launched on the store yet. And I didn't send him it. I didn't show him it. I just was like, man, I'm proud of it, but I'm proud of every freaking design that comes out. So But I was like, I'm gonna send you that. He said, surprise me. Just sent me his sizes. So it surprised me. So I shot him over that very first design. So he was our first Patreon member to actually receive something that's exclusive. It isn't in stores. It isn't on our shelf. He was the very first one to have it, and that's freaking awesome. It was a cool thing to hear his response when he got it and everything along those lines. And then I had to make sure that you got yours as well. So, first is worse. Anyways,
that's right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see who gets at third. You know what happens to them? They get a polka dot dress, Yeah, you gotta be fourth. Yep. I gotta tell you, our other founder, Ronan, he got the Pride shirt, loves it. We're actually going to a Bananas game tomorrow. We're wearing our Instigator shirts. We're gonna try to hit up some corporate folks for sponsorships. Excuse me, but yeah, it looks dope. It's my favorite shirt. My wife did have one complaint about the store, though. I wanted to bring it to you.
Yeah,
promised I would. She said, and this is me paraphrasing, but she said, "Why the hell are there no crop tops?"
They're coming. It's just a lot of workload. You know what we're going through on the back end. So it's just.
I told her I knew a guy.
Yeah, when I'm up at 3-4 a.m., you know what I'm doing. So,
yeah. Well, and like this one, for instance, like these are the ones you got to look out for. It's dated. We're going to take it down as soon as the season's over, right? And so it's going to be exclusive for season 1. So it's dope. Everything, seriously though, everything designed is fucking awesome.
Thank you, bro.
So
I appreciate that. But now that she said that, I will get on that tonight.
Yeah,
I'll get on that tonight. I've also got to do. We've got school just right around the corner, so I've got to get some youth. Get these kids dressed up and fly, man, because we're a little bit up there in age. Joe ain't on the show, so our average medium of age just shot up again. So it's just one of those things that I've been focused on, just haven't rolled out yet, but it's on the way.
Nice.
And I'm glad that she brought it up because that's just gonna make me do it more. So
yeah, dude, she's excited, man. She's like, "Can I just get like one of the shirts and I'll just make it in a crop top?" I was like, "I know a guy that designs stuff. I bet we could just get a crop top. You don't have to use the scissors."
I think she was hinting more for you though. I think she was.
I
think she was the crop top for you.
Which
would be a good look.
I would look dope.
A good look.
Yeah. I could paint Instigate on my belly every time I go to one of these games. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't see owners in body paint like you used to. Maybe you never did, but you should.
No, we bring that. Yeah, that's what we bring to the table here.
Yo, Jason says everything on the store is fantastic. He's absolutely right.
That's my guy, man.
Appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you, Spacely. So yeah, I the store, I get on there and I'm like, man, there's that snapback that I've been asking for. So like, that's dope. And I really like that we can just like, whatever, like right now, right? Whatever comes up, we can figure out a way to like make it happen and folks can get it. That's really cool. So appreciate the work on the store. I know more cool stuff's coming. I can't wait for the game jerseys. Just a quick reminder for folks on how the jersey contest works. Anyone, whether they're in the Discord or not, whether they're a patron or not, can submit jersey ideas, right? And don't worry too much about like getting it exactly right. Spacely's going to work with whoever wins to make sure we get it under the parameters of whatever company we end up using for our jerseys. So don't worry too much about that. Just make it look dope. But so anyone could submit it, right? Like your grandma's aunt, if she like wants to make a jersey for us, it doesn't matter.
She's cold.
Yeah, no, she would make a dope jersey.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, she's cold with it.
yeah. But here's the thing. Only patrons subscribing at $10 or more, once we get to that bracket in August, get to vote for the jerseys. So if you submit one and you're not a patron and it loses, that's your own fault. You know what I'm saying? That's your own fault. And you want to be a subscriber starting in August anyway, because that's when our tryouts start, right?
Just between you and me while we're here.
Yeah.
Get your friends in the group to vote for you.
Oh, yeah,
Just saying, drop your submission. We're going through a voting process. So, best way to do that is to spark the numbers up and get them on your side. So bring them into the community is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah, for real.
Get it together, guys.
At this point, we have 7 patrons, right? Any jersey one person and 3 other friends vote for is the jersey, right? Like right now. So get in there, and if you get 4 other people with you, you win, right? Like, so like do it, do's it.
Stop playing with my chair.
Yeah. But we are, that's the other point that you mentioned. I want to emphasize, we're doing a bracket style, right? So maybe I think what we're going to do, we're going to have the founders rank the jerseys, right? And we'll use those as the seedings for what do you think?
That's fun. I
like
that.
That way you I would hate, not saying this has ever happened, but I would hate if like owners came in after the vote and said, here's my opinion on what we like. And just like torpedoed whatever idea, right? That would be stupid. I don't know that that's ever happened, but it would be a bad idea. So I was thinking, why don't we seed them collectively, the 4 of us, and then like that way folks get our opinion on them. But like if the number like 16 gets all the way through and wins, that's our jersey no matter what, even if it's the one we hated the most or liked the least. Yeah. We're not going to hate any of them, but the one we like the least.
No. It kind of in a way, not necessarily like the bracketing system, but it kind of reminds me how we went along the voting process for our colorway as well. You know, just pitch and shoot, and whatever sticks with the community is what's going to stick.
And we saved those other colorways because we're going to have alternate jerseys coming out in subsequent years with those jerseys. And I think those will look dope because there were no bad ideas.
No.
Right, except for yours.
No.
Whatever it was. Actually, I think it was the color scheme we're on.
I was gonna say. I was like, wait.
I think yours is the one that won, so never mind.
Edit and post.
Shoot.
You know what? I'm gonna make a merch. I'm gonna make a shirt for that too. Just edit and post.
Edit and post. Yeah, we'll edit and post. Yeah. It's important to do that on live TV, So anyway, man, terrible dig. But so anyway, so that's it about the store. It's gonna, keep your eye open. New stuff's coming all the time. Nothing's dropping off for now, but at some point, probably at the end of the season, we'll do sort of a clean wash. Folks that are Patreon subscribers, we're soon gonna start rolling out the exclusive merch to Patreon subscribers. And when I say soon, folks, like it's not. Like the way we work hasn't been like this corporate, like soon is like, a year or 6 months. 2 weeks ago, I said, we're going to have soon we're going to have merch for our swoops team. And you dropped that stuff a week later. Ridiculous. So I'm not saying it's next week that stuff come, but it's coming soon. And when we say soon, we mean
very
soon.
Well. Right.
Could be.
Right.
Yeah. So, so I'm excited for that. But if you're a Patreon subscriber, check those exclusive perks because some of that stuff's going to start rolling out here shortly. Let's talk about other stuff. Speaking of updates, I know you've been working hard on the website. I looked at it today. Outside the store, what's been going on with the website? How's it looking?
So I go on there every other minute.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
No joke. And so, I was on there earlier. We went ahead and started I'll save that for the end of the show, but we went ahead and made a few updates to our merchandise products, and then I kind of spiderwebbed off into every other thing from that point. Just kept me awake. 1 hour led to the next, and went ahead and updated our sponsorship page to include all of the information that we will be offering for each sponsorship tier, each package.
Yeah, we'll get into those in a minute. Yeah.
Okay. And along with that, I kind of just touched up a little bit here and there, just made it a little more interactive and more easy on the eye, it's just one of those pet peeves. Once I see something and it sticks in my head, I gotta go and fix up on it, especially with something so near and dear to the heart right now. It's just making sure everything. Right now, we've got our community in the loop, but once we start to expand, it's time to really get the world
for real
around around the website, around our community. And so I want to make everything as presentable, but also unique in its own way. I think that makes our entire our company and just everything, the branding, the company itself, everything just stand out in its own way. And I think that's very important to our success as well. So
and
it's
also,
just one of those things.
I'll say I'm sorry, I was just thinking about this. The website is working, right? Like the SEO on it is working. We've had players like reaching out through the website saying they want to play for us. So like people are seeing the website. So the work on it is excellent. I just want to put that in there. Like I know it's early on and we're talking about reaching out to the broader community, but it's already starting to get out there, right? Like the work is getting done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's exciting, man. Like I said, every time we get those emails too, I'm just ready to.
Yeah.
I want to play our first game. I just want our first game already. I think that's probably why this whole thing has been speeding up so fast as it has been. It's just like I've been speaking and I'm like, let's get that first game, get that first W.
Yeah.
And call Caleb and be like, hey bro, we did this for you. This is what we did.
Yeah.
It's all for Caleb.
That's right.
All for Caleb.
It's interesting. I was talking to our banker today. Dylan and I went to the bank, one of our other founders. We were talking to the banker, and he's like, yeah, what type of business is it? We start going into it. And he goes, I've never heard of anything like this. This is incredible. Like, even just like when you explain it to folks, right? Like, there's like this idea of fans like running the business side of things and, is really cool. So, you forgot the biggest update to the website, though. There are now 2 teams in the team section.
Yeah, there's now 2 teams in the team section.
That's right. What's the other one? I forget.
So we went ahead and added our Apex squad, Apex Instigators, into the mix. We felt it was very important to shine some light on them, especially with everything going on in the Play Soups community. They've been extremely supportive of everything we have going on with the collective, and it was just another way that we could shine light on everything going on with that franchise, but also show them some love as well. And so that was very important. You brought it up to me, I believe last week or maybe this week, but somewhere in between that. And it just been sticking in my head. So like I said, once I got that merch uploaded, that was one of the other spider webs. And I just had to get it going, man. So just I love those guys, dude. Those guys are so supportive.
They're so awesome.
They're innovative just as we are. They're killing it in their own way as well, man. It's awesome. So much love and shout out to them as always.
Yeah, for real, man. Like you reached out, like you said, and they're like, hey, can we like use your logo? And usually you got to go through like, if you want to know about trying to use someone else's logo, ask Jason. Like, because we had them sign forms and stuff, and they're just like, go and use it, man. Like, we'll support it. And you and I have both posted in the Discord pictures of the jersey and telling folks to go buy it. Folks are super supportive of it. It gives validation to the work they're doing. It gives validation to the work we're doing, and so it's super cool. Jason says we got to get swoops in that sponsors page. We got to work on that.
I was actually that's one of the things I was thinking about last night. Well, I keep saying last night, but it was like 3 a.m. this morning.
it was 20 minutes ago. He hasn't slept in a week.
I mean, you ain't lying, dude. You ain't.
I know.
But yeah, no. That's a big topic that we really need to hammer down on in the founders chat very, very soon. I think sooner that we can get that done, I think they'd be open arms with it just as we are. And if we can make it happen, we'd gladly make that happen. So
now that we have logo use for them, definitely you're going to see their logo on there somewhere. We're going to talk about where that's appropriate. We want to say that sponsors page specifically for folks that pay for sponsorships, but there are other ways to acknowledge places like swoops, like the ABA, that we're going to do because they deserve it, right? They're one of the reasons our community is as cool as it is, because they get to do stuff like this. So they're going to be on there. We're bare bones now. We're building it out. Spacely's building it out a little bit every day, but I can't wait to see that swoops logo on there somewhere. I can't ready. I can't wait to be rocking.
You haven't seen? Oh man,
is it on there?
You gotta go check the back. Go check the back. So you gotta click onto the product itself.
On the jersey. Yeah. I saw it on the jersey.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy a jersey. I'm gonna be rocking a McSpace Elite jersey all the time.
Dude, it's gonna fix my broken jumper.
That's right. Something's gotta, because we might be counting on it if we don't get these tryouts out soon.
No joke.
It's gonna be the four founders, and we'll just pull in Waleb or something. We'll just ball it up.
Real life Jackie Moon, just
that's right.
The entire founder group instead.
Change the name to the Founders. We're the Founding Fathers. That's the name of our team now. No, we're gonna have real players. Don't worry, guys.
Hey. I'm a real player, bro.
I said what I said, bro. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I do want to talk a little bit about the sponsorships. There's like two things that I think are really cool about it. So sponsorships really basically like no minimum up to like 30 grand for folks, right? To sponsor. And we borrowed and modified and changed sponsorship models we'd seen across the league, right? From really successful teams. So we borrowed those and put them together to give all kinds of varying perks for businesses. Going to hit local businesses hard, but also like national businesses that are interested as well, statewide in Indiana. So we'll be, as soon as we get the arena down, we're going to really launch into our sponsorship phase on the back end after we get a coach and they start working on all the front end stuff, tryouts and stuff. But meanwhile, we'll be pounding the pavement for sponsorships. So if you know companies that are interested, like let us know. We'll get them in. We've already got it set up so that you'll see sponsors on stream, which is cool. We'll be able to run commercials for sponsors, which is really cool, both here and in those live streamed games, which I'm really excited about for them. But one of the things that I can't wait for is to really work with local businesses to get them in and help to like make the Instigators like the team of the community that we're in, right? Like one of the things that makes the Lions so successful, in my opinion, the Indiana Lions, who just were co-champions, right? Is that they are so integrated in a small community. And like, when I went to their game, like people showed out because that's their professional basketball team. And sponsorships and community engagements are the way to do that. And so we're going to be doing that soon. The two things I want to pull out about sponsorships that are super cool, I think. One is the like official X of the Instigator. So starting at that $1,000 tier, any company that contributes there at the first come, first serve can become like the official beer of the Instigators, the official Ford dealership of the Instigators. You see that everywhere, right? Right. And so like giving folks the opportunity to do that. You and I have already talked. There is a bar, like a block from where the Instigators are going to be playing. That's just like a local mom and pop bar that like I want to approach and say, how do we make you guys the official fan zone of the Instigators, right? As soon as the games are over, meet us over there, meet the players over there. Let's go hang out and have a beer. Be really cool. I watch a lot of Ted Lasso. I don't know if you watch Ted Lasso.
I've heard of it. It's one of those I've been recommended. And dude, I don't get into TV anymore these days. This is my favorite show.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that. Anyway, there's like a local bar that all the fans go to in that show every week to watch the games. We can do that. I was talking with Dylan, like, can we even like give them the unlisted link so that they can stream it without having a Patreon so that people in the community can go watch the game there? Stuff like
That'd
that.
Be sweet.
Yeah. So like, so I'm really excited about that part. The other thing I'm excited about, we stole this straight from another team because it's such a good idea, is allowing companies to sponsor individual players at a first come, first serve basis. So the ABA as a league does not pay like huge money to its players, right? It's just not possible in the model that we're in. But what this does is it like helps the team, but also puts $1,000 directly in a player's pocket for the year, which is huge for those players. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to catch on. There's only 12 of those available, right? Because we only have 12 players, 15 players if you count the people that the 3 that we could sign that don't dress every game. But we can only dress 12 a game. So those 12 that are going to dress I think they're going to sell pretty well, right?
I think that'll probably be one of our most successful packages is just supporting directly, Yeah. It's it helps us, like you said, it helps us, but it also helps the player. And I think that's a solid sales point,
Yeah, I mean, even like you look at our governing documents. One of the things I work in labor. One of the things that I think is really important is giving our players a voice and like trying to help them as much as possible. Shows like this are going to do that. We're going to get them exposure. We're going to be cutting mixtapes for them all the time. We're going to be dumping on the internet, but also like just finding a way to just pour more money into their pocket from based on like their connection to the community. I think is huge, and I'm really excited about. So I can't wait to launch that real soon. Technically now, but we don't have any players. But the rest of the sponsorships, technically now, folks could sign up as sponsors now. Well, one player, but no one's going to sponsor that guy. But that's really exciting. It's on the website. You can check out our sponsorship tiers now. We're going to have a one-pager soon that if you know businesses that are interested, you can literally download and send to them. We got the video coming out soon that you all saw around sponsorships. And then soon that sponsorship page is going to start filling up with logos of all of our sponsors, which I'm really excited to be really excited to see. Just because it's big, you talk about the business side of it, and we talk about the business side a lot on this show because like fans are helping us to run this business, right? And they need to understand that sponsorships have to be our number one income generator, right? Like sponsorships have to cover the majority of the budget. We're going to do fine on ticket sales. We're going to do fine on concessions. We're going to do okay on merch. We're going to do okay on Patreon, but like sponsorships have to bring in the revenue for this team to be successful. That's true of every sports team, right? There's a reason the NBA puts company logos on their players' jerseys, right? Sponsorships are super important. So that like for us is really when the business starts. Right now we're like a cool merchandise company and streaming company, but soon we're going to be a professional basketball team, and like that's huge. So again, if you know companies that want to throw in that sponsorship level, hit them up, let them know. We're taking those sponsors. Some of them are limited, because of the perks that are allowed, but most are not. And really what our goal is to find, no matter how small the business, find a way for them to be involved if they'd like. So.
Just to double down on everything while the topic is hot, as well as we do have the player of the year packages as well on our Patreon, and that does come with obviously it's unlockable, those certain perks, but we also do offer official sponsorships for the player of the year package as well. That is limited only to 10 subscribers though. So that's very first come first serve on that end.
There's only 9 left.
Yeah, but that is a way for you to get in on it as well. If you have somebody who also wants like the voters' rights as well, along with the sponsorship, perfect fucking opportunity. I'm sorry for the language, but it's how passionate I am about that part. It's the perfect opportunity because it gives you both sides of everything. My favorite part about the voting rights, as one of the guys that has to go through and do all the groundwork right now, is you could be a fan, you could call the exact power of shots that we have, the same voting weight basically. But you just get the beauty of it. You get the shiny part of everything, whereas like we get to go and scrub it all down and give you the shiny part of everything. And that's that comes with its own joy as well though, because you get to sit here and we get to do this, and we get to see everything and kind of just really, it all comes back down to that very first time we announced, hey, we're thinking about doing this 2-3 years down the road. And then we looked at it and we're like, dude, we got that done in 30 days exactly, and from that point it's just been boom, here's next quarter. Now we're going into the third quarter, and pretty shortly we'll be doing our very first tip-off as a basketball franchise. It's just mind-blowing. Crazy.
It really is. By the way, if folks haven't read the thank you message sent out, like please do. Super happy we're going into the third quarter. Been successful beyond our wildest dreams so far, right? Plan to continue to do so. But here in a second, we're gonna get to our big news of the day. Is there anything we missed? I don't have the agenda from anything else you want to talk about. What's burning with you, Spacely?
I'd just go off the top of my head. So, I can't say that we've really missed anything. And if we did, a lot of it was covered in that thank you message. So, if you're in the Discord, go ahead and double back around. You'll see a big book that I wrote for us. Discord didn't even allow me to put the entire message in one post. So I had to go through and section out but we got what needed to be said.
That's
right. I think that covers a lot of just like the past few months, along with where actually,
what you got?
We do got a pretty big. So I don't know if I can say this.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say it.
All right. What do you got?
Membership applications are coming very, very, very shortly. Very shortly. We will finally be able to open up the doors for new owners and give you the full experience of the Apex Athletic Collective. Once that launches, it will be, hence the application part, there will be a sort of vetting process that goes along with this. And there are requirements legally on our end that we have to abide by. Mainly that has to do with just, your legal age and, certain requirements that must be kept on your end or upheld on your end and everything. But we'll get into that. We'll dive into that more deeper. I believe we'll do that next week, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I wanted to talk about that too. So a couple weeks ago, we said, hey, when we're ready to launch membership, we're going to do a one whole show dedicated to the structure of the league or of the team, how membership works, how much, like the entire process, the duties required, all that good stuff. We're going to do a whole hour show on it. And I could say that will be next Friday, episode 7. We're going to cover all of membership, timelines, cost, details. Every question will be answered about membership ahead of its imminent launch for applications. I'm really excited about it. I want to shout out Dylan, our treasurer and co-founder, who's been working his tail off on that. It's almost ready. It will be ready next Friday to start talking about it in like really big detail. The other thing for folks to know that's coming up a few months from now, but we're getting to it. What do we say? End of October, beginning of November is our first patron member meeting, right? The fan voters, right?
Yep.
So that meeting, folks will elect their board of directors members, 3 of them, right? They'll vote on whatever other things the board throws at them at that point, right? Which will just be the founders for now until we get that election. But here's the thing, is that just like Patreon, right? You don't get your Patreon perks. You're not eligible for anything till 60 days after. Same with this, right? So if we're talking November 1, October, September, you gotta be a Patreon. You gotta be a patron by the end of August in order to be eligible to vote in that meeting. You'll still get to vote on things like jerseys or whatever. All that's immediate. But for these 2 meetings a year, you gotta be a member for 2 months, and that's to stop like folks from flooding the vote at the last minute because of a hot topic they heard of. Right? It's to help protect the company. But that's coming up shortly too. But I cannot wait to like pull back the curtain on the membership. I know that's something people have been like. That's the thing that people have been like begging for, ready for it to happen. When am I going to be able to become a member? It's going to have limited slots. We're going to unveil all that next week, but I am pumped that we're finally there. You're going to see you're going to get all the details next week, and then it's going to launch shortly thereafter. In fact, we're going to announce that launch date as our big news next week. So I'm glad you brought it up, man. Absolutely. You could talk about that.
I knew there was something, man.
Yeah, man.
So I guess outside of all of that, I think we have covered every other topic, for the most part. Everything we can talk about, at least.
Good. Well, then I'm going to hit your fancy graphic for the big news of the day and let you get into it. Here we go. Awesome. So what is the big news of the day?
So, with the holiday coming up, with the 4th of July coming up, I just decided it was another one of those spider web type deals, you know.
Yeah.
But I went through and kind of double checked everything. The one thing about this, I do want to kind of mention real quick before we get into the big news, is all of our merch is fairly priced to where we're slightly making profits off of everything that we sell, but we have just a little wiggle room to be able to give these discounts as well. So what I went and did is I went through and I found every item that we could make this promotion available to, and it just so happened to be our shirts. And so what I wanted to do was make a 4 for 4th promotion, which basically means that if you go onto our store and you add any t-shirt, whether it's a long sleeve, it don't have to be 4 of the same shirt. It could be one long sleeve, this shirt, that shirt, this shirt, that shirt. 4 or more t-shirts will automatically discount your cart 10% off. So you can go and almost grab you another shirt just by adding 4 shirts into your cart. It's, again, you know, everything right now relies on us being able to grab as much revenue as we can while we get these sponsorships rolling in. So it means a lot to us, all of the support that we have had so far with all the product sales and everything. And this is just another way that we can kind of give back to our community on that end. And it's just really cool to be able to do that part. So if you go onto our website, www.apexofsports.com, and you head over to the shop, you can now save 10% off from now all the way through the end of 4th of July. So right around 11:59 p.m. Your time zone, basically. And you'll be able to grab you your Apex Instigators, your well, that's one thing. I should probably make an Apex Instigators t-shirt. We don't have that. But you'll be able to grab your Hoosier State Instigators t-shirts for 10% off. Still at a very fair price, honestly. I went through and I believe everything kind of ranges right around that $100 mark when you get to that point. And again, we're not making $100 if you spend $100, but we do make a little bit that helps us support everything going on. Kind of just helps us pay the bills, really, you know. And so if you have the opportunity to go and purchase some merchandise right now, would honestly be the best time, because that promo is only valid for so long, and you know, you could stack it up, man. Just get as many shirts as you can for this time being, and then it will go right back to being so super expensive you can't get your hands on it because it's just so dang expensive. And that's how we do this around.
Is it? I hope not. I just had an idea for a shirt. I had an idea for a shirt. All right, here's what it is. American flag. White t-shirt. It's got the American flag. It says Instigated July 4th, 1776, and then our logo underneath it.
Okay. It just have me, you, and the other 2 founders' signatures on it.
Yeah. Big. We can put John Hancock on it too, yeah. You know, just to like really get it. But yeah, we gotta get that patriotic shirt, you know what I mean? Like that way people know this country was instigated in 1776. Anyway, man, we meant to go through the operations manual a little bit. We'll tell you what, we'll have Ronan on in episode 8. He's reading through the operations manual. We're going to have him walk through it. And why I think that's interesting, although other folks may not, we'll see, is because like the operations manual for the ABA, going through like the key points for everybody will really show, I think, what it takes to run a professional sports franchise, right? Like, it's not just like getting some guys on there. There's like some strict things that we got to follow, some really detailed things. So I think episode 8, we'll have Ronan come on. We'll go through the operations manual. We'll talk about it and give folks an idea of what it means to run an ABA franchise in real depth. What do you think about that?
I love that, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our show, man. So next week, membership time. We're going to do a whole show about membership, 9 p.m. Eastern next Friday. If you're interested at all in membership or know someone that might be, you do not want to miss that show because that's where all of the news is going to break. But in the meantime, Spacely, thanks so much for everything you do. Thanks for being on the show. It's been awesome. Been having a good time, except for that time that I said that your colorways sucked and there are colorways. I was wrong about that.
I can't hit a jump shot and all of that. I'm gonna remember it all, but it's okay. It's okay.
All right, good. Yeah, no, I stand by the jump shot.
I'm saving all of that for our horse game, so it is what it is.
Fair enough.
I'll let it slide for now, but
know. That's a good idea.
Just know. Just building up.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Now, everybody that I know there are people that watch afterwards because 9 p.m. on a Friday doesn't work for everybody. We appreciate you all. We will see you next week. But until next time, let's, I don't know, go fight, win. I don't know. What we need a call off.
Instigate and dominate. We are the apex of sports ownership.
All right. With that, we're out. Bye.
Bye.
Dude, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah.